sun is coming out. Let's go. We're going to have a little party tonight. Good evening, Hornet community. If you have not stood yet, please stand. I welcome the morning voices of East Hartford High School. Jada Quiles and Brianna Lazo will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for our performance of our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As we begin our program, we are honoring two deceased members of the class of 2024, Trezor Burrows and Brian Desbongza. We have chairs set up with their cap and gowns and yellow roses in the end zone, signifying they will always be part of the Hornet community. Tonight, East Hartford High School senior band members Zolia Dessa, Paola Benitez Pineda, Paulo Casone, and Rianne Fletcher will be performing the national anthem. Please join me in a moment of silence for all our men and women overseas in our armed forces.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you tonight our graduation MC, the National Honor Society President, Leona Brew.
Thank you. Members of the Board of Education, administration, faculty, parents, friends, and members of the class of 2024. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our 138th commencement exercise. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you at this time our chairman of the East Hartford Board of Education, Mr. Tyrone Harris.
So I am Tyrone Harris, proud chairman of the East Hartford School Board. It is my honor to be here tonight to bring greetings and congratulations from the school board. Today is a great day. It's a day to celebrate with your family and friends, a day you've been waiting for since you entered high school 4 years ago. Your time at East Hartford High School has been a journey of experiences, challenges, and accomplishments. Due to the stringent time limits this evening, I will keep my wisdom brief. I will spend the next 120 seconds inspiring you to dream big. After all, someone has to be the next person to invent a way to reheat French fries without it being soggy or dried out. But on a serious note, dreaming big means not settling for the ordinary, but striving for the extraordinary. Take a moment to think about the people who have changed the world. They all started with a dream. Martin Luther King Jr. dreamed of equality and justice. Steve Jobs dreamed of making technology accessible, user-friendly for everyone. These individuals reminded us that dreaming big can lead to incredible and world-changing outcomes. Dreaming big means setting ambitious goals for yourself and working tirelessly to achieve them. It means believing in yourself and your abilities when others doubt you. I had this ambitious dream a few years ago to launch a men's accessory line called Traveling Gentleman's Boutique. And within 2 years, I auditioned for Shark Tank, received a deal with the Home Shopping Network, and had my brand in Macy's. That experience taught me that to believe in myself, trust in my instincts, and keep pushing forward. So don't let others' self-doubt or your own self-doubt hold you back. Remember that failure is not the opposite of success, but part of the journey towards it. Learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. As Drake wisely said, the journey is what teaches you about the destination. Your time here has been a series of lessons shaping the individuals you are today and preparing you for the future. You have faced unprecedented challenges, especially in the recent years. You have adapted to new ways of learning, overcoming obstacles, and demonstrating incredible resilience. Kendrick Lamar reminds us, we're all human at the end of the day, making mistakes. But learning from them is what makes the difference. Embrace these lessons as you move forward, knowing they will serve as a foundation for your continued growth and success. As part of dreaming big, we must acknowledge the support of our family, friends, and teachers who have helped us along the way. Therefore, thank you family members, friends, mentors who have supported our graduates this evening. Your encouragement and belief in their potential was an integral part of their success. Today, we celebrate the graduates and the community that has stood behind them along the way, all of you, so thank you. The road ahead will be challenging, but you can achieve anything you want with hard work, dedication, and a positive attitude. So go out there and make your dreams a reality. And remember to dream big, but also remember to set the alarm clock. Dreams are great, but getting up on time is a pretty important life skill also. So the world is out there waiting for you. So tonight, I am honored to say my fellow board members, Patrick Biggins, Joelle Murchison, Rebecca Betancourt, Chris Torini, Jacqueline Clark, Matt Loft, and I are proud of the class of 2024. Can't wait to see what tomorrow holds for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Now, this evening, our graduating students seated before you were marshaled onto the East Hartford High School athletic field by our Grand Marshal, Mrs. Melissa Dumas, East Hartford High School's Teacher of the Year. A brief biography about Mrs. Dumas is located in the graduation program. Now, Mrs. Dumas is going to seat all of us. So let's watch and pay attention. Thank you, Mrs. Dumas. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you, to present to you, Mr. Anderson, the Superintendent of East Hartford Public Schools.
Good evening, families, friends, Board of Education members. Special recognition to our staff who gives tremendously, and to our special honored guests, the class of 2024. It's not just my privilege, but it's an honor to speak to you this evening. Like you will shortly be, I'm a proud graduate of East Hartford High School. And a few years ago, I sat in these seats, except we were inside in the Civic Center, which is now the Excel Center in Hartford. And like you now, then, I was also waiting for this guy who happens to be me now to hurry up so we can get to things. So I promise it'll be brief, and we'll give a few messages. When you hear a conclusion, graduates, you'll know that I'm ready to wrap up and you can get ready to clap. Today is special as you, East Hartford High School class of 2024, will close this chapter and eagerly jump into the next phase of your life's journey. Your stories began about 18 years ago in 2005 or 6, when this may be more important to your parents, it will be to you soon, when gas was $3.18, which is still high. The Patriots beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. American Idol was in its second season. Apple had just released the iPod, and this company called Sanyo had introduced this phone that's in your hands with a camera on it. You think about how much has changed in just a few short years. Many will tell you to chase your dreams with passion and commitment. You must have a plan to use your talent so you can create your network. Supposed to tell you that life is precious, that you should live it to the fullest, and remind you to smile and laugh a lot. But you already know those things. Steve Jobs, the late founder of Apple, said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma. which is living the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Today we're celebrating the culmination of more than 16,000 hours, or 13 years, or 2,300 days of preparation. You are ready. This ceremony and the diploma you will receive shortly symbolize your dedication and hard work and the collective commitment to you by many. As this is a collective achievement for you, your family, your friends, your teachers, your coaches, anyone who supported you, because we all need a support network. How will you invest in others, because so many people have put their time, energy, and money into you? You paying it forward and supporting others is critical. You've had an interesting journey these last 4 years, entering high school on the tail of the pandemic, but under Mr. Ryan's leadership and the guidance and dedication of the East Hartford High School staff, the entire high school staff has helped you to position yourselves to today to be able to thrive. Many of you already have jobs lined up, while some of you are entering the military, others are continuing their education locally, while others are venturing off to colleges and universities in over 30 states across America. This reflects the courage you have to embark upon the unknown and set your own path. So, in conclusion, you have been equipped to compete in a world that has changed so much in a very short time. I shared this thought earlier today, but remember to be an upstander and not a bystander who allows and ignores bias, harassment, or bigotry. Never compromise your values. And as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said to some middle school students over 50 years ago in Philadelphia, have a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count, always feel that you have worth, and always feel that your life is of ultimate significance. Congratulations. Thank you.
Before we continue with our activities, I would ask that you refer to your program for a moment. Listed is an order of events and the names of the graduates of the class of 2024, the top 20, the National Honor Society, the Triumph Music Honor Society, the Certified Nursing Assistants, the Academy of Finance, the Spanish Honor Society, and the Seal of Biliteracy Scholars are all identified in your program. I ask that you note that the section which highlights each of our scholarship award winners. These students were recognized individually at a special scholarship program on Monday, May 20th. The class of 2024 has earned over $9.5 million in scholarships. Now, there are a few procedural matters that I would also like to mention before we continue. To maintain the honor and dignity of our program, I would ask that the entire audience each give their speakers their undivided attention. As outlined in the senior letter, your adherence to the appropriate demeanor and decorum will allow all graduates and guests an appropriate celebration of this achievement. At this time, please ensure that all your cell phone and electronic devices are turned off. We have an official class officer over here who will be taking pictures of the students after they receive their diplomas. Graduates and their parents will be mailed a 5x7 official graduation picture courtesy of the Board of Education. Also, you will receive an email from the company with the link to purchase more copies as well as candidates from Legacy Studios. Individual pictures should be taken after the ceremony is completed, not during the ceremony itself. All visitors must remain in their seats throughout the ceremony. At the end of the ceremony, you can come down and meet your favorite graduate in the assigned location on the field. And now, I want to thank the House 12 team, Mr. Pooley, Mrs. Lavasser, Mr. Candelario Crespo, Ms. Torres, Ms. Brown, Ms. Bocas, Mr. Shea, Mr. Vendetti, and Mr. Lawrence for all of their support. And a big thank you goes to Karen Batty, Dave Bell, and our facilities and custodial staff. all of the high school staff, and of course the secretaries at the high school for the planning and coordination of this ceremony. They deserve a round of applause. Now, as we continue the program, I would like to introduce to you the president of the class of 2024, Evans Kemtengnaji.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2024 East Hartford High School graduation ceremony. My name is Evans Kemtengnaji, privileged to stand on this stage in front of you all today, and proud to introduce myself as the 2024 class president. First and foremost, I want to thank God for giving us all the amazing opportunity to embrace our high school lives safely in our East Hartford High School. Being on this stage in front of you all is an immense blessing, and I cherish it heavily. Being class president is an honor, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. Learning about our class, absorbing our class's needs, and bringing them to life is an experience that I'm forever grateful for. The bonds that were created throughout these 4 years, the lessons that were learned, the people that left, the people that stayed, and the trials and tribulations are all things that play a role in who we are today. There was a time in the past when this moment felt like it would never come. COVID-19 leaving us in our bedrooms with Google Meets and COVID masks was a time that seemed like a curse in the moment. Losing loved ones, facing the symptoms of COVID-19, or if you're like me and have parents that can't stay off the news, you heard about it every time you went into the living room. This was something I'm sure made a lot of us question our future, but maybe it was a blessing in disguise. We learned about ourselves through the pandemic. We developed new skills, gained intelligence, started businesses, and so much more. In spite of the curveballs that were thrown at us, we rose above. 12 years ago, we graduated first grade, and the year 2024 seems so far away. As we now enter a new era full of success, change, challenge, freedom, but most of all growth, it's important that through all your life struggles, you take time to appreciate what you have around you and understand that it always gets better. While writing this speech, I was told that I had to include an event that could make you all see me for who I am. As I was deep in thought trying to pinpoint the one moment that changed me, I realized that there isn't just one specific moment. That's because my change came from more than one moment. It was more of a growth type of approach. I grew over time as a testament to the numerous events that occurred throughout our high school years. Growth is an everlasting thing, and sometimes I believe it happens gradually as you progress in life. While we undergo the moments of us entering this new stage of our lives, it's important to not lose sight of what got us here. Not only did we pass through high school, but we rose above the challenges that were thrown at us during our 4 years. We rose above challenges like heartbreak, whether they came from family issues, relationships, or mental health trials. We rose above struggles stemming from the pandemic, the early mornings, the long online classes, but no matter what, we rose above. A quote that always stuck with me was, "What you put in is what you get out." The reason this quote stuck with me so well is because it applies with everything in life. Undeniably so, as you move in life, you will progress. But the magnitude of your progression depends on your actions. Life is what you make it. As profound lyricist and artist J. Cole once said, "There's always going to be a whip that's better than the one you got. There's always going to be some clothes that's fresher than the ones you rock. There's always going to be a house with bigger doors, but you're never going to be happy until you love yours." Class of 2024, there's no such life that's better than yours. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Evans. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Salutatorian of the class of 2024, Christiana Zembrowski.
Good evening. Today is not the last day of your life. Let me clarify. Today is not the last day of your childhood. Your life of adulthood will not begin tonight after you leave this field, because tonight you will fall asleep in the same bed you had yesterday. and you will wake up in it in the morning. You will not wake up tomorrow morning a couple inches taller, a couple years older, only to look down and find that suddenly your body and mind have grown too big to fit in your childhood bed, and now you are an adult. Many people will tell you this phrase today: your life starts now. Now this is a noble phrase, true in its message, but to reveal something to you all, I've always hated it. I hate this phrase simply because it is untrue. Your life has already begun long, long ago. Your life has started when you stepped into elementary school, when you made your first friend. It had already started when you learned to spell your own name without the aid of your name tag. It had started throughout middle and high school, joking around with your friends in class. And certainly, your life has started when you walked into the stadium 30 minutes ago, feeling a sense of accomplishment so grand that you cannot describe it any other way than the feeling that you are alive and that you have done it. If these moments are not life, then I do not know what is. To put it simply, you cannot sit around for the rest of your life waiting for the moment when you believe that your life will start. It has already passed you by. So no, your life will not start now. What does start is your ability to control it. There is a quote I discovered recently that I love. It reads, "Life is coming from you, not at you." There will be moments in your life that will make you feel like you are losing control and that suddenly everything is changing. Friends and lovers will come and go. You will fail tests. Job opportunities will pass you by. You cannot control these. In these moments, you will feel that life is simply pummeling hardships at you. But you must remember that you are all young, capable, marvelous humans. You must remember that from this point forward, you are now in charge of your own destiny. There are so many places you have not seen, people you have yet to meet, lives you have yet to touch. The world is vast and beautiful, and now you may explore it at your whim. Life, passion, soul are flowing from you and not the other way around. I have one last request of you all before I end. That is that I do not want you to remember my speech tomorrow. Matter of fact, I do not even want you to remember it tonight. I want you to remember this speech when you feel it. When you feel that life is scary and that you do not know what is next. I want you to remember my speech 3 months from now when you take one final look at your childhood bedroom before shutting your door and packing your things into a car and you feel it. I want you to remember my speech when you take one deep breath before entering your first job and you feel it. You will feel it, the feeling of dread that everything is changing. But from this moment on, unfortunately, you will feel this frequently. You must remember always that you are the commander of your own life, and despite the change, you will persist. But for now, I want you all to enjoy your summer, to live your lives to their fullest, and to save this speech when you need it the most. So lastly, I encourage you all to be good people, to be trailblazers, change makers, mathematicians, poets, and artists. I encourage you all to follow your passions and to live your dreams, to take up space in a room, to make noise, to remember where you are from and to take pride in where you are from, to be humble, to fall down a couple of times but to pick each other back up, to speak loudly and laugh louder, to love others infinitely, to always be grateful for your education because it is a gift and a privilege, and most importantly, to never stop learning. This is the beginning of the rest of your wonderful lives, so do something good with them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christiana. Now, we're taking a different approach now. As seen in numerous competitions all over New England, our very own musically talented Mason Gamble will perform an original piece titled, "We Made It."
I don't know. 2024, we made it.
Now that was the first time we've had a beatboxer at a graduation, so we definitely made it. So thank you. Our last speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is the valedictorian of the class of 2024, Benjamin Boland.
Alrighty, I didn't trip on the way up, so good start. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, friends, and graduates, today is a big day. Understatement, I know, but please bear with me. Today marks the end of an era, the beginning of a new one, and also a remarkable spike of tissue sales based on how many tears I already see. But please try and hold the waterworks until the end. As always, I give all the credit to my family. I love all you guys for all your support and constant patience. To any and all teachers who have taught me for being able to bear that experience and walk away to teach another day, I truly thank you. To my many, many friends for always giving me something to chuckle about, for making difficult days brighter, I salute you. Thanks for having my back, guys. Now, I must admit, in preparation for today, I have watched quite a few viral graduation speeches by assorted valedictorians, and obviously, they all knocked it out of the park because they are viral for a reason. And I could only hope to imitate what they have done. Throughout the ones I have seen, I have personally always felt like something was missing. A crucial element, a detail I could not quite put my finger on. Then it hit me. Every single one of those speeches motivated the heck out of me. Shocking, I know, but that was the problem. All they did was inspire me. They focused on the silver lining, on the shiny part of the imminent future. They don't really touch on the brutal reality of adult life, of surviving out there with a lot more autonomy and independence. So I say no. I will not stand here and feed you some sunshiny crap about trying your best and reminiscing about good times. So here I stand before you today, ready to give my best effort to depress the hell out of you. So despite today being a day to celebrate, I want to make something clear about our futures. Do not be mistaken. Every single one of us is going to fail, miserably. And I don't mean scrape your knee, oops, I got a boo-boo fail. I mean fail. Most of us have already failed at something, especially me. Sadly, these were small time. We all had someone to help us get through these struggles, be it family, friends, or teachers. When I say fail, I mean make a mistake all by yourself, with no easy solution, without anybody to give you a hand. For a lucky few present here, your failures will be minor, of little consequence. They will be mere hiccups in your trajectory, hardly worth mentioning. For most of us here, the opposite will be true. At some point, we are going to get absolutely smoked. Our failures will burn us like fire, cut into our skin like broken glass, and slice through our guts like a dagger. It will be harder than I could ever properly convey with words. I know that some of you may find yourselves in a dark place sometime in the future as a result of these hardships. However, something else I also know for a fact is that this class has some of the most stubborn, obstinate people I have ever met, and I mean that as a compliment. With that in mind, I want you all to know something. No matter how painful it gets, I demand from you a promise that you will never accept defeat lying down. When life throws you a curveball, I demand that everyone here put some band-aids on and dust themselves off. Push the hurt to the back of your mind. I don't care if your legs have been cut out from under you, but you will pull yourself out of the gutter with your fingernails if you have to. Because you can. I know you can. Every single one of you. That's why they call it the indomitable human spirit. I demand that you trust in your strength. I demand that you remain courageous and hopeful despite still being prepared for the worst. I want you to have faith in yourself and your capabilities. Be decisive and relentless in your pursuit of success. Have conviction in your beliefs and remain steadfast in your journeys. Now, let me make myself clear. It is not my intention to make you feel failure, but to embrace it. I want you to charge at it with both arms embraced. It is only through enduring these hardships that the sun may break through the clouds. My name is Ben Boland. I am the valedictorian of the class of 2024, and I promise you that if you really wanted to, everything will turn out just fine. Thank you for all having me, and I hope everyone has some fun tonight. Party your heart out, and shout out to my lunch table. I love you guys.
At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Anderson and Mr. Harris, prepared to present each graduate with their diplomas. Ms. Dumas, would you please have the class of 2024 stand? Mr. Harris, I am pleased to present the class of 2024 to you and certify that they have successfully completed all requirements for graduation as set forth by the State Department of Education and the East Hartford Board of Education. Family and friends, the class of 2024 all have post-secondary plans for after high school. 75% of the students you see here tonight will be going to a 4- or 2-year college. 10% of the students here tonight will be going to a trade school or a technical school. 10% of these students will be using their career certificate to go directly to a career. And 5% of the students you see before you tonight will be going to the military armed forces. Mr. Harris and Mr. Anderson will now present diplomas to all members of the class of 2024. Nana Achapong. Benedict Aday. Audrey Addy. Zoe Odessa. Leslie Ajay. Lawrence Adjicam Asante. Ruth Adjiman. Layla Ahmed. Miriam Ahmed. Usman Akhtar. Raya Alamori. Tamara Alcazar Waman. Ayman Alamari. Tiana Alvarado. Antoine Anderson. Valen Aparicio Murillo. Malik Aponte. Chantel Awa. Douglas Ayala Garcia. Anthony Baez. Nathaniel Balderrama. Johannes Banker. Chiana Bass. Nigel Bello. Paola Benitez Pineda. Isaiah Bermudez. Victoria Berry. Benedicta Boatin. Comfort Boatin. Lois Boatin. Benjamin Boland. Anaya Bonilla. Latanya Braham. Nevaeh Branch McDowell. Leona Brew. Jada Brody. Jaden Brown. Alyssa Bright Owu. Jaden Burney. Kristen Burns. Angel Caban. Noah Cabrera. Heidi Carmen. Rosalinda Carpio Asencios. Anastasia Cartagena. Ariana Carter. Dariella Carvajal Alaman. Hector Casablanca. Paulo Cascone. Jadalise Castellon Rivera. Fabrizio Castro Lozano. Quintus Coley. D'Angeli Centeno. Naomi Chawipas. Devin Cheney. Denasia Chapman. Leslie Chevalier Gill. Chamaya Chacuacha. Eliseo Cisneros. Sabrina Clark. Emily Claros Rivera. John Halise Claudio. Jonathan Calindris. Jaden Colazo. Quincy Collins. Mario Colombi. Ashaya Cologne. Deja Como. Alyssa Condori. Angelina Contreras. Monet Cooper. Bauer Cordero Larkin. Trinity Cordero. Trinity Cruz. Cheyenne Coley Martinez. Ethan DeCampo. Michaela Darko. Brooke Davis. Kahari Davis. Scott Davis. Harlan De La Mota. Isaiah De Jesus. Jaden De Jesus. Xavier De La Gelfa. Joseph Diaz Carrera. Alan Diaz. Melina Diaz. Joshua Denal. Nevaeh Dixon. Aries Jangma Yaboa. Amar Jibo. Elsie Delary. Quinn Duvall. Nia Edens. Alexis Edmonds. Kaisha Ellis. Tajay Ennis. Annalise Irazo. Katie Espadola Rojas. John Fajardo Rodriguez. Rihanna Farquharson. Theon Ferguson. Alan Ferreira Diaz. Rial Fletcher. Rianne Fletcher. Alexis Flores. Jaslyn Nieves. Nasir Folk. Mason Gamble. Anthony Gamero. Swathi Ganesh. Andy Garcia. Elias Garcia. Nicholas Garcia. Taylor Guerrero. Cameron George. Mateo Gomez. Caitlin Gomez. Christian Gonzalez Ramos. Angelise Gonzalez. Ishamali Gonzalez. Jessica Gonzalez. Mason Gooden. Sinai Granger. Daniel Grant. Zakai Green. Ulrich Greenwood. Alejandro Guia. Kevin Gutierrez. Gerver Guzman. Angelique Guzman. DeWarren Harding. Omar Harris. Amari Harris. Abriana Ramos. Michaela Harrison. Carmen Hart. Janiyah Hayes. Rihanna Haynes. Donovan Heaven. Tulio Hercules. Arione Hernandez Reyes. Chase Haran. Alina Hong. Allison Inga Flores. Christian Jackson. Jimenez Gonzalez. Jason Johnson. Elvia Juarez Domingo. Kareen Kenward. Samuel Kafour. Mina Kudia. Juan Loriano. Brianna Lazou. Kayla Lee. Andy Leva Bielta. Akil LeBron Lembrick. Simone Leslie. Brandon Lewis. Jayshawn Lewis. Queen Lewis. Gabriela Lopez Gonzalez. Avatar Lopez. Emerson Lopez. Tanya Macias Trejo. Zira McKeewee. Ariana Malcolm. Daniel Maldonado. Diana Maldonado. Jaden Maldonado. Martha Maldonado. Sabrina Martelli. Teuta Martinez. Ariana Martinez Hinestroza. Jamielet Martinez Rivera. Ashley Martinez Rosales. Brian Martinez. Sudaline Martinez. Brooke Mason. Amaya Mayo. Fatou Mabou. Jamyron McCrae Santana. Shante McDonald. Isaiah McKechnie. Jelania McNeil. Jada Maloney. Destiny Mendez Carrero. Ezekiel Mensa. Shaikon Merrick. Richardo Mills. Destiny Mitchell. Sharif Muhammad. Amelia Mohammed. Abigail Monroe. Gabrielle Monroe. Samuel Montavani. Megan Moore. Jalen Morales. Jalen Morales Ortiz. Johnny Moran. Salima Moret Cruz. Savannah Morgan. Leovi Mota. Keishla Nader Ortiz. Cheyenne Navikis. Michael Magrone. Janae Nicholson. Annalise Nieves Santiago. Haiti Aquendo. Navin Aquendo Ortiz. David Ordea Espinoza. Merlin Oriana Perdomo. Ramon Oriana Perdomo. Kayla Ortiz. Luis Ortiz. Ever Osorio. Avandre Owens. Janaya Paris. Rahi Patel. Ethan Pellerin. Armando Peraza Rafael. Elijah Perez. Zachary Perkowski. Jacob Potai. Jalen Fanksamphone. Herbert Polanco. Bria Powell. Fatima Powell. Jaden Purcell. Vanessa Quilly. Jadalise Quiles. David Quintana. Okay. Lester Quist. Raul Ramirez Dominguez. Angel Ramirez Oriana. Joel Ramirez Oriana. Sean Rankin. Riley Rolanitis. Tanea Reed. Raymond Resto. Moises Reyes Villanueva. Catherine Reynolds. Emmanuel Richardson. Isaiah Richardson Perez. Leslie Rios Maslucan. Aiden Rivera. Jean-Pierre Rivera. Leslie Rivera. Noemi Rivera. Anwar Rodriguez Vasquez. Natalise Rodriguez Vizcarando. Alexia Rodriguez. Ashley Marie Rodriguez. Dynasty Rodriguez. Joseph Rodriguez. Rodiana Zatia Rodriguez. Sariana Rodriguez. Zolmo Rodriguez Deris. Addison Rojas. Jeremy Rotaru Barak. Michael Rock. Cheyenne Rucker. Melissa Ruiz. Rudney Sanbal. Rory Samuda. Yvonne Sanchez. Janicia Sanchez. Melanie Sanchez. Melvin Sanchez. Tavion Sanchez. Dejalie Santiago. Eva Santiago. Rihanna Santiago. Alexandra Saravia Cabrera. Chase Syasith. Damian Schmidt. Ramon Schreier. Cody Segura. Edward Serna Vidal. Zara Shahab. Mayani Shepard. Ian Sadu. Jaylene Silva. Jacob Silvestri. Nevaeh Sims. Anjali Singh. Shelly Siri Savath. Jaden Smith. Kyra Smith. Stephen Smith. Xavier Stevenson. Catherine Stewart. Kira Stewart. Micaiah Stewart. Shania Sudif. Ikram Sigale. Zia Tai. Andrew Teasley. Jerry Toby. Arlette Thorne Impuro. Jeremy Torrado Aponte. Sabrina Torres. Geraldine Torres. Jorge Torres. Sierra Torres. Tiffany Tran. Kasea Tripp. Han Tu. Janaya Tola. Toussaint Tamani. Leslani Vasquez. Emmanuel Vega Camacho. Angela Vega. Jadis Vega. Victoria Venti. Cassidy Vera. Angeli Villafane. Orlando Villanueva. Maya Walker. Esperanza Wick Sanooks. Christiana Zembrowski. Georgiana Zembrowski. Luciana Zamata Padilla. And the president of the class of 2024, Evans Camdegany.
Let's give it up for the class of 2024! Good evening. I am Aaron Pulley, the assistant principal of this great class of 2024. Before I get started, class of 2024, can we show some love for your parents, guardians, family who've been there day in and day out to support you throughout your high school career? Because without them, this is not possible. So they told me to make this short and sweet. I'll do something like that. I'm not going to promise anything here. Well, this day has finally come. When I met you 2 years ago, the resounding theme was, I can't wait to graduate. I'm so tired of this building. This day will never come. But yet you sit here today as the graduates of class of 2024. To say I'm proud of you would be an understatement. I'm proud of the young adults you've become over your high school careers, and I'm confident that anything you put your mind to, you can accomplish in the future. I'm sure you all heard the old adage that this is the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Though that line is used in many different venues, it still rings true in this very setting. You all have the rest of your lives in front of you, and the decisions you make moving forward are going to mold you into the person you become over your lifetime. Believe it or not, I too have sat in chairs similar to those you're sitting in as a graduate of class of 20. I'm not going to bore you with the year. Not a plan or care in the world outside of, thank goodness I don't have to go to school tomorrow. What I didn't understand was the road ahead wouldn't be straight or without obstacles. Those obstacles are what made me who I am today. I can promise you this. In the future, you're going to be faced with life-altering moments, difficult decisions, and you need to keep yourself grounded and persevere. For those decisions you make, those obstacles you overcome will play a huge part in the person you are. Walter Elliott once said, "Perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after the other." This quote is relatable in many ways. You will not win all the races you're a part of, but you need to learn from every experience. Whether for good or bad, there's always something you can take from a specific situation. Continue to move forward. Keep your head up and never give up. I'm going to tell you now, I am so proud of the kids or young adults that are sitting in front of me today. You guys have done so much over your last 2 years that I've known you, and I truly, truly appreciate you accepting me as your assistant principal. You guys made this easier for me, so I thank you. This is my shout out to you guys.
So in closing, as you stand on the threshold of a new beginning, remember, the journey ahead may not always be smooth, but your resilience and determination will guide you through every challenge. Embrace the unknown with courage, for it's the canvas upon you will paint the masterpiece of your life. Class of 2024, go forth and shine your light upon the world. Congratulations. Yeah, I did. My fault. Before we move to the final part of the ceremony, I have one important announcement. The shuttle bus will pick up at the top of the hill along the building this way. This is what I was told to do, point, so I'm pointing. Please note that it is different than your drop-off location. Evans, are you ready? For the final time of class in 2024, please stand. Congratulations on graduating from East Hartford High School. Please turn your tassels and have a safe, responsible, and respectful evening.